Warning, this fucking video contains spoilers.
What the fuck is up, everyone? Prison Meddler here, back with a brand new film franchise ranking. As all me know it, I am officially ranking the Alien series from worst to best. As all me know, Alien's the first sci-fi series that I'm ranking. Alien is definitely my favorite sci-fi horror trilogy. As all me know it, easily my favorite sci-fi movie in general. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm a fan of it. Each Alien movie is very different. Like, you either get horror, you either get action, you either get suspense. It's very different. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to ranking them. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Now, before I get started, I have to point out that I'm not including the Alien vs. Predator movies in this ranking, mainly because I haven't got the chance to see them, and I have heard they are really bad, so I didn't really want to bother waste time and watch these movies. Plus, I've only saw the first Predator movie, and I've heard that the movies have nothing to do with either of the Alien or Predator trilogy. Now, will I rank Predator sometime in the future? Maybe. I don't know right now. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so there are 6 movies in total. So starting up with their worst at number 6, I got Alien Resurrection. This movie's okay. The reason why I put it at their worst is because there are many scenes that really makes no sense, and I think some of the characters are just annoying, especially Hellboy. Now, I really don't like the idea of how Ellen Ripley was a clone. There's a clone version of her. It just doesn't really make sense, especially with her still being pregnant with an alien that she fell into the lava to get her killed, and then they make a clone of her, and it turns out she's still pregnant with it. And what I don't get is, if she was still pregnant with the alien, then how was she not burned from the lava? And how did she grow her hair out so fast? Yeah, I know it takes 200 years, but you shouldn't be pregnant for 200 years. You would obviously be dead. So yeah, and there are some errors in this movie that makes no sense. Like, there's at times where an alien gets shot inside of a ship near the wall, and when they bleed, there's acid, and unfortunately, it doesn't even damage anything, which it really makes no sense at all. But there's plenty of enjoyable moments here and there, but it's mainly the other than Ripley. I just really hate the characters in that movie. I just find them so annoying, and I just wish they would just be killed off. So yeah, that's why I had to put it at the bottom. That's all I have to say here. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. I think it's an okay movie, but it's kind of bad at times. So, but it has plenty of great action scenes. And what the hell is this newborn alien scene? Why the hell does it have to look so cute and innocent? Anyways, yeah, Aliens Resurrection will have to come in as their worst at number 6. Alright, next up at number 5, I may get in trouble here at number 5. I'm gonna pick Prometheus. Now you didn't see this one quite low, huh? Now, it's a solid movie, but my main problem is, this movie is kind of a drag throughout the movie. None of the good shit happens until the last 45 minutes of this movie. Now, it's not a bad movie at all. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. I just kind of fell asleep a little whenever I watched throughout this movie. It's just a very slow movie. I understand it's a prequel. I know it's a prequel, and they're trying to set things up, but there are certain scenes that just takes too long. Now, here's the good shit in this movie. I really enjoy the CGI effects of this movie. That kind of blew my mind away. But still, there's some drag-on scenes here and there, and none of the action or horror takes place until the last 45 minutes of this movie. But it has some really great cinematography, and great CGI, and great editing, and all that. So I'll do give it a lot of positive feedbacks for this one. Now, the reason why I put it above Alien Resurrection is because there's no annoying characters, and mainly the CGI cinematography throughout. That's why I had to put this above Resurrection. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I think it's a really decent movie, but it's really not something I would go back to. So, Prometheus will have to be my second least favorite at number 5. Okay, now at number 4, I got Alien Covenant. This is the latest movie. It's pretty much the same opinion as Prometheus, but the reason why I do think this is a little bit better is because I actually love the kill scenes in this movie. It's really quite brutal. But there are some drag-on scenes, but it doesn't drag on as much as Prometheus. And I do think it's quite enjoyable. Is this one of the best movies I've seen? Nah. But I do think this is very enjoyable throughout the movie. Yes, it's a sequel to Prometheus. Scott Beck. I forgot who that guy's name. It's who he turned out to be, an android from the last movie. And then it has some really great plot twists. Like it's got that android turn into evil and all that. I kind of like the plot twists in that movie. And it's got some extreme gruesome scenes, some kill scenes throughout. And they could have had a bit more alien scenes on here. The aliens really don't appear until the last hour of the movie. It's a 2-hour movie, by the way. It doesn't appear until the second half of this movie. But, yeah. Also, the beginning where it's mainly the beginning that kind of takes forever. That's my little bit of problem on here. But it's still quite enjoyable. So I really do enjoy it. So I'm also gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think this is decent as well. But not enough for me to say it's good. I'll just say it's decent. It does have a lot of great moments here and here, but it can be a drag on throughout the movie. So that's why I have to give this a 6 out of 10 instead of 7 out of 10. Yeah, Aliens Covenant would have to be at number 4 for me. Okay, now at number 3, I got Alien 3. This one is weaker than the first two movies. I can understand why many people put this a lot lower, but mainly, yeah, I can understand why. There's plenty of annoying characters in this movie, but they don't really bother me at all, to be quite honest with you. I think this is quite an enjoyable movie. Yeah, it can be a little bit of a drag at times, but not too much. I really do think this is enjoyable. I really do enjoy the kill scenes. It has a lot of great action and horror. A lot of people say they don't mix well, but for me, it quite mixed pretty well at many point. As we know, it brought back the return of Ellen Ripley. I think it took years after the events of Alien. Unfortunately, she's the only survivor from the last movie. As we know, the kid was killed off. So was the cat and that android. The it's just a robot. So, but yeah, she's the only survivor in that movie, and it takes place at a prison. And unfortunately, I don't really call it a prison since there's no bars or anything like that. It's just prisoners roaming around. But yeah, I really do quite enjoy this movie. Nonetheless, I think it's a really great movie. I just think it's enjoyable. It's very gory. Watch the special edition version of this movie. It has extended gore scenes in this movie. If you watch the theatrical version, there's barely any gore in it. That's why I would stick to watching the special edition version. Plus, the special edition version adds more plot details as well. That's why I would say watch the special edition if you want the more gorier scene. As let me know, I really do enjoy it. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I think this is a very underrated movie. Yeah, this is pretty underrated. I don't see the hate. Well, yeah, I can see the hate for this one, but yeah, mainly because of the characters, but they don't really bother me. That's pretty much all I have to say here, guys. And unfortunately, Ellen Ripley died from jumping into the lava, so she won't have to suffer from getting her chest bursted out. Alien 3 will have to be at number 3 for me. Okay, now top 2. Now, The top two are both 10 out of 10s, by the way, just so you know. Alright, now at number 2, I got Alien, the first movie. And yes, this movie is a total classic, but it's at number 2, which I will explain later in the video. As let me know, it's a sci-fi classic. It's definitely a horror film. I don't have any bad things to say about this movie whatsoever. I think this movie is perfect from start to finish. It's just very scarier. The one reason why I really enjoy this movie, I like most of the scary scenes very quiet. You don't hear like suspense sounds or anything like that. I just love how quiet it is. It just makes it more scarier, in my opinion. Especially the chase scenes with Xenomorph and Ellen Ripley throughout the last 30 minutes of this movie. It's just very intense, and it's just too scary and frightening and chilling. I just love how all silent it is. It just makes it much scarier instead of having, you know, these orchestral composing sounding music. I just love it when it's all quiet. It just makes it scarier. And I also love the chest bursting scene, which is I understand it's a major shock when that happened, and that's how it turned into an adult really fucking quick. Now, I know there's two versions of this movie. I know the director's cut is shorter than the theatrical version. I don't know which one I would pick, to be quite honest. Director's cut has a little bit more detailed scenes, but the theatrical version had like a longer shot scene that I think Ridley Scott, that's the director's name, that he cut out. Like when there's like a long quiet scene, I think he took all that out to make it so they won't bore the audience or something like that. I don't know. And I noticed when I watched the director's cut version, there's an extra scene where Ripley goes down the basement and he finds Captain Dallas. He's all tied up with lots of alien goo around it, and she just kills him puts him out of his misery by shooting him with a flamethrower. And there's a lot of plot twists. Like there's one scene, I forgot who that guy's name. They turned out to be an android. That scene kind of grossed me out with all the white stuff comes out. Yeah, it looks like jizz. I fucking love this movie. I really really enjoy it. It's very scary. Definitely one of my favorite sci-fi horror films of all time. It's a 10 out of 10. But unfortunately, it's at number 2 for me. Alien 1979 would have to be at number 2 for me. And at number 1, as I may know it, it's of course Aliens 1986, the sequel. Why it's at number 1? Now, as I may know, Aliens, this movie is more action than horror, as I may know it. It does have some horror scenes, but it's mainly action throughout the entire movie. This movie is a classic, it's enjoyable, and dude, it's fucking directed by James Cameron. He's one of my favorite film directors of all time. Of course, it's fucking James Cameron. He's the same producer who did the first 2 Terminator movies. This movie's a classic. I fucking enjoy it. The plot is perfect. The characters are perfect. The aliens are perfect. All the scenes are perfect. Even the special edition version is perfect. Even the filler scenes are just perfect. Even the deleted scenes are fucking perfect. Fuck it. I fucking enjoy this one. It's perfect. Ripley's a total badass in this movie. I just love the machine guns in this one. I just love how the aliens seem to get blown up, splattered, fucking up the ship with the acids and all that. It's just a fun time watching this movie. It's 2 hours and a half movie, but it's definitely worth watching. As I may know it, like I said before, fucking James Cameron. He's a legend in filmmaking, as I may know it. Fucking enjoy this movie. Yeah, there's nothing to say, man. If you haven't watched this movie, you should definitely check this movie out. The only character that return is Ellen Ripley and the cat. That's pretty much it, since they're the only survivors in this movie. It's mainly Ripley and the cat. But sadly, the cat got killed off on Aliens, I think. Yeah, I think the cat got killed off on Aliens. I definitely enjoyed the shit out of this movie. I do think it's better than Alien, in my opinion. Aliens, I mean, it's a fucking 10 out of 10. I already said that before. But yeah, that's all I have to say. You need to watch this movie if you haven't, because you're missing out. It's an 80s classic, 80s action classic. Fucking love it. So, Aliens will have to be definitely at number 1 for me. Easily number 1. Alright, guys, now that is my Alien Trilogy ranking. And what is your Alien ranking trilogy? Let me know in the comments. Now, I don't know what's the next hard trilogy that I'm ranking. I do have time to think about it. Maybe Hellraisers. I know Mark Punk wants me to do that. I don't know right now, but I know for sure that Alien Trilogy is definitely my final ranking, final movie ranking of 2021. Guess I'm working on the next new album ranking. It's a secret. It's a underrated band, but and yes, the next new band ranking is the final. It's a final album ranking of 2021 as well. So stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much all I have to say here, guys. So if you enjoy this video, subscribe to me if you haven't. Click the bell with the notification. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and most importantly, share this video so I can get more views and subscribers. So till then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, everyone.